17th. A little after 10 in the morning. I was just sitting home, doing some paperwork, answering some emails and whatnot. I got a phone call from a one Oliver Cox, who was down in Syracuse, and it seems like Oliver was shoveling his driveway, and his signet ring, gold signet ring, came off. And he found me on the ring finders, and he's gave me a call and wondered if I'd be able to come over and get it for him. Well, I'm on my way there now. He says it's within about a 15 or 20 square foot area, so it should be easy. Central New York, I'll just show you what we're looking at here. It's snowy up here in New York State this time of year. So hopefully it's not in about 3 foot of snow. I'll have to do some shoveling, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find this one for him. So I'll get back to you when I get to his house and get into an interview. Hello everybody. I'm here with Oliver.
That's me.
Oliver just gave me a call a little over an hour ago. Evidently lost his signet ring, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my girl's signet, yeah.
And your dad gave it to you?
Yeah, my mum and dad gave it to me as a graduation present before I moved out to the States.
Oh, so, where are you from, Oliver?
London.
London?
Yeah.
Well, glad to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, as you said, under better circumstances, but I'll take it.
But unfortunately, here in Central New York, we're going to show everybody what we deal with up here. And unfortunately, Oliver, I'll tell you what happens, and that is that you get out in the cold and you lose 2 ring sizes. Mm. So now you say that when you know you definitely had it when you left the house here.
Yeah.
Went out the door. And okay, now let's give it a little thing. Now, what were you doing, and where did you go, and let's get a little bit of an idea here. I'm going to take it easy because I don't want to slip and fall.
Well, I would have walked out the door.
Yep.
Round down the path, grabbed the shovel, and then just started shoveling down.
Okay.
So I grabbed the shovel from here with my hand, as though it was on my right hand.
And the ring was on your right hand?
Yeah. And then okay. I would have started shoveling that way into that bank.
Yeah.
Down. And then shoveled all the way back up. And then it wasn't until I'd dusted off my car, which was kind of like around here,
that you realized it was gone.
And started the engine and was like,
uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I mean, it could be because I threw the shovel because I was cold. Threw the shovel from kind of halfway across here. So whether I threw it and then it came off. So
that's a good possibility.
Or whether it came off when I was shoveling and then I shoveled it into the sides. I don't know.
Well, it won't be very far. It looks like we only got about 8 or 9 inches of snow on there here. So this thing will go 18 inches. So should be able to find it. Okay, let's get my equipment and we'll go after it.
Fantastic.
Well, you've just seen my interview on Oliver's front porch. The one thing that all of us ring finders do when you call us is that we show up, of course, with a lot of very expensive equipment. But the second thing is we are bringing ourselves into a situation that you have a lot of emotion in. And we interview you, and we're going to look at what you have done, how you lost it, where you lost it, and everything else, and try to put that all together to find your ring. In this particular case, there were 3 places. He went out to shovel. Now what he was doing was shoveling, pushing it along that small little driveway, picking up the shovel, throwing the snow up on top of the bank. Very possible the ring could have come off, dropped down into the snow of the next. He would have taken another shovel forward and piled the ring up into the pile. and then go on along, and eventually even more snow on top of it. You saw me check, or you will see me check the banks. Another place he talked about was he knew he had lost the ring when he went into his car, and he went to start the car and realized his ring was gone. We did check the car. That's a possibility. He could have reached into his pocket, his coat pocket, or his pants pocket to get his keys out, and it came out. And off camera, I asked him, you know, had he checked, and he said, yeah. I said, had you checked the coat, checked the coat pocket? And he had the same coat on, so he checked the coat pocket. No, it wasn't there, so I was pretty sure. And we also checked in the car. I think I've told you that already. Third place, and this is where I really thought that he had lost the ring. Remember he said that he threw the shovel up. He's got the shovel, he's done shoveling, he throws the shovel. What happened here? He throws the shovel. This is a small signet ring. Signet rings are small to begin with, and this is a small gold ring that his mom and dad gave him when he graduated and got his PhD. And of course he came over here to SU and he's a professor at SU. And when he said that, I was pretty sure that's what has happened. But where did the ring go? Could have gone down into the snow very close to him. Could have followed the shovel over, and I was really worried about this, to where the shovel landed in front of the porch. I had checked that out, but you saw there was a blue bin there, and that was a recycling can and other shovels. Could have gone even higher over the shovel, and then underneath the porch there was a grate that the ring could be in there. Or the other thing could have happened, could have gone to the right or to the left. If it went to the right, it would have been in the driveway, or very possibly over in the snowbank on the north side of this driveway that went east-west. Or if it went to his left, it would be out in that 20-foot by 20-foot yard. Later, you're going to see me search that yard out. So when we interview, I hope you never lose a ring, but when we interview, that's what we are doing. We are bringing our thoughts into the process that take the emotions out of it, to get a better chance of finding your ring. Let's go on with the rest of the video. So you were throwing it up onto the...
Yeah, not too far, but just kind of sliding it into the side, and then this side was...
And then picking it up? No. It's a gold ring, right?
Sorry?
It's gold?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know what tone to look for. It's not going to be deep. Just make sure it's not the... Okay, I searched for an hour and a half. Did the whole driveway, worked the piles as best I could. Now the piles were about 3 foot high, and in the best of situations, my Excalibur, Mine Lab Excalibur will go 18 inches. But we had 3 footer there, so there was a lot of snow down in there, and the ring would have been 98.6. His body temperature when it came off. Gold holds heat pretty well. Very possibility the ring got into that bank and settled down. I searched the front 20 by 20 yard. I gridded it. I went north-south. I went east-west. The snow in the front yard was 8 to 12 inches deep. Fairly fresh snow. And I was getting a lot of the targets that was buried in the yard. Every yard has a lot of metal in it. And I was getting a lot of targets. And the one thing about using that pinpointer, which you see him use, I let him use it. It's fairly simple to use. Is that it will pick up anything that's within a couple inches of it. So if it's more than 2 inches deep, and I get it in a big machine, I know, and the little pinpointer doesn't get it, it's definitely not the ring. The ring's going to be laying right on top of the surface. But it was not there. So anyway, after an hour and a half, I said to Oliver, I said, let's call it a day. I am not giving up on you. I'm not giving up on your ring. But we got a warm spell coming here starting Friday. And it's going to be warm Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and in fact Tuesday even. Temperature's going to get up into the 50s by Sunday. Monday and Tuesday it's going to be raining. A lot of the snow is going to melt. I said, now, this snowbank, I know the snowbank on the side of the driveway where you've been shoveling will not melt in that amount of time. So for me to come back, I'll come back in the spring when it's gone. But in the meantime, I said to Oliver, I said, when you come on out, just peruse and walk along and look up next to that snow. Number one, so anybody walking along the sidewalk coming in don't see it. Want you to get it first. The second thing, very possibly you'll find it yourself. So that's the way we left it. We shook hands, made a date to to get back together sometime the end of March, first part of April when the snow would be gone. He was going to check his yard, but we would keep in contact and we would email and text each other to keep looking the ring. I said, keep your spirits up. Don't tell your mom and dad yet. Don't get them involved in it. Don't let them know. I said, because we got a very good chance of finding this ring. So that's the way we left it. And I went home. Okay, now I'm back again. Tuesday, the following week. This was exactly 1 week after I searched. I began to think we'd had pretty warm around here. Temperature had gone up into the 50s. It snowed on rained on Monday and Tuesday. The snowbanks and around my house were going down very, very well. And I was thinking about Oliver. I said, I think I'm going to text him or email him or call him and see how things were going. And I'm sitting there on the computer, and the next thing you know, my phone rings. It's Oliver. He found the ring. Sure enough, the ring was on the south side of the driveway in the bank, and it had gone, it melted, the bank had melted down. I think he said the total pile, a couple of foot of snow would come off, and there were about 18 inches to a foot of snow would come off that the bank. And he said he just walked out there. He'd been walking every day when it was raining, but he says looked down and there was his ring, and he was so pleased and happy. So I didn't find the ring, but we found the ring, and the ring is back on his finger where it belongs, and that's what makes me happy. So we have a happy ending on this. Okay, the final wrap up here for Oliver's ring. Again, like I said, I didn't find it, but between the two of us, we found it. And I think that I'm going to take some of the credit in this. The reason is, and I said in an earlier video, that we bring no emotion to finding your ring. You know, we're very emotional. We want to find it. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying you lose a ring. You're mad at yourself. You know, what did I do wrong? All the things going through your mind, you can't think that clearly. So we bring some clear thinking into the equation to help you find your ring. And in this particular case, I think that's what I did for it. The ring is back on Oliver's finger where it belongs. In fact, I talked to him. He's taken it out to a jeweler that I use quite a bit. Remember, he's from England. He doesn't have a local jeweler. Only been here, about a month now. So it's a new area for him. So he's going on out to see John, my jeweler, and he says he's going to have it resized. It was a little loose for him on his little finger in his right hand, but he's going to have it resized for a ring for his me finger, which me. This is the weave finger, remember? The left hand is the weave finger, wedding bands. This is the right hand, the me finger. So he's going to have it sized, and I know John will do a very good job and make sure it's tight enough that up here in these cold weather, that even though he goes outside, it will be tight enough to stay on. So, victory, and I'm happy for it. Beautiful. Thank you now.